Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy motivational Monday. So, you guys, I hope you all have had a phenomenal day. My day has been amazing. Okay, getting a lot of things on my to-do list done, so I'm super excited. And today was my mom's big day because she had her left knee replaced earlier today, and that's why I'm so late getting this video done, because I've been talking to my mom, my sister, my dad back and forth. And the surgery was a success, and she's now going to the recovery area, but she's got a couple of hours before she can have visitors. So I'm super excited to hear that everything went great, and mom gets to come home tomorrow. So I'm even more excited about that. Now, I couldn't wait to tell y'all that too. So before I jump into my video, y'all, let me show you what came in the mail on, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Bam, look at that. Got my own little fan, and I love it. It's called the Lollipop fan. I got this from Amazon, and I want to say it was like $9, $10 or something. But as you can see right here, you charge it up just like you do your phone. And y'all, look at this. It came already charged up. Oh, this feels so good. See, because y'all know when them flashes come, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Your neck gets a little hot, so you can just lift your hair up and just do one of these. Oh, my God, that feels good. Oh, you start getting sweat collecting between your boobs, you can do this. Y'all, let me tell you something. It's going to be on and popping. And so you have two settings. So you have that one, and then you can turn it up. Hear that? I am all set, y'all. So I couldn't wait to show you that either. So go check out YouTube, but not YouTube, Amazon, to look for the Lollipop fan. It comes in a lot of different colors. I just picked that one because it didn't matter to me about the color. I just needed the fan. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Y'all, when I tell you this is a good one, this is a good one. I don't know whose dog is making all that noise, who needs to hear this, but I need you all to listen, and I need you to listen carefully. Today's topic is, don't be your own worst enemy. Don't be your own worst enemy. And before I jump into my notes, and today's quotes are coming to you from Bishop T.D. Jakes, but sadly, a lot of people are their own worst enemy. You know, they want to blame everybody, but they don't look in the mirror. And you know that old saying that when you're pointing the finger at people, guess what? When you're pointing this finger at other folks about what they're doing, you got these three that are pointing back at you. So be careful about pointing the finger at other people. And it's just sad when I see people that self-sabotage. And like I said, they're their own worst enemies. They are the reason why they can't get beyond where they are, because they're their own worst enemy. So this is what Bishop Jakes has to say. He says, pain to pain therapy is when people try to treat their own pain. And they treat the pain on the inside by creating pain on the outside. Cutters, he said, they aren't crazy. They are cutting themselves to distract themselves from the pain that they have on the inside. This type of reality exists whether you cut yourself physically or you cut yourself mentally, period. You know, I don't like to use the term crazy, number one, but I don't know any personally. Yeah, I don't know any personally, but I've seen videos of people who are cutters, and they hurt themselves. But I never really knew quite why until I was listening to Bishop Jakes's video as he breaks it down, that by creating pain on the outside by cutting themselves, be it usually just on the arms, but it could be the face, it could be the neck, the chest, whatever. That pain distracts the pain that's really going on up in here. And so he says, you are fighting fire with fire, and it's self-mutilation and or self-sabotaging behavior. He says, you could have been out, but you cut yourself. Now this is where it's gonna shout you right here. You could have been further, but you cut yourself. You could have been more successful, but you cut yourself because you didn't feel worthy on the inside. Let me put a pin right there real quick. Have you ever known somebody who had all the the bricks laid out for them to move up, and for whatever reason they couldn't. And do you know why? Because they didn't think they were worthy enough. Let me tell you something. I believe that I am worthy of everything everything good that God allows me to have in my life. I am worthy. I have worked my butt off. And if you know me, then you know I have a lot of tail, okay? Don't judge me because I don't judge you. But I am worthy of every good and perfect gift that comes from God. And I want you to believe that you're worthy as well. Sometimes people will say, but Michelle, you don't know what I did. You don't know what I said. You don't know who I've been with or what I've done. No, I don't know those things, and I don't need to know. But I know that if God has given you this good and perfect gift, you are worthy of it. That's why he gave it to you. I'm going to tell you this real quick, and I'm going to move on. I'll never forget, I was, when I got my letter to saying that I was selected to become a deacon at my church. This was in 2007, and my first thought was, oh God, I can't do this, because this was on a Monday or Tuesday, but Sunday, just a day or two before, as I was leaving church, I think I told y'all that story before, and the lady was crossing the street and she didn't have the right of way, and she proceeds to cuss me out and call me all kind of bees and hoes and this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? I returned fire with fire, okay? Don't come for me if I didn't send for you. Now, was it right? No, it was wrong as two left shoes, because just the day before, like I said, was, actually, no, not even the day before, just a few hours earlier, I was in church and it was Communion Sunday. And so, yeah, I acted out, and I should not have. I should have just ignored her and kept on going, but I did. And so when we had to meet with our pastor, he said, what did you think when you got your letter? I said, Pastor, I'm going to be honest with you. My first thought was, I can't do this. And he said, really, why? I said, well, because when I left church the Sunday before I got that letter, I cussed somebody out, because the woman proceeded to cuss me out because she was crossing the street and she didn't have the right of way to do so. And he starts to laugh, and I thought, okay, well, that's not really funny, but I'm laughing along too. And he said, darling, I'll never forget this. He said, let me tell you something. He said, I got some cussing. No, he said, I got some drinking deacons. I got some smoking deacons. I got some praying deacons, and I got some cussing deacons. He said, you're going to fit right in. And he said all of that to say that none of the individuals on the deacon board, myself included, are perfect. We are all flawed people. So don't ever, and I mean ever, especially around me, say that you don't deserve something. When God has sent a blessing your way, you take that thing and you run with it, and you do the best you can with it. You be the best that you can, because God believes in you, so you need to believe in you. I digress. Let me get back to what I was saying. He says, okay. Wait a minute. Where did I leave off? Oh, he says you reject prosperity on the outside, and every time something intimidates you, you cut yourself back. You say, I'm too fat. I'm too dumb. I'm too stupid. I'm too ugly. I can't do a photo shoot. I don't like my pictures. I don't like the way I look. I don't like who I am. This is you being your own worst enemy. Again, let me put a pin right here. You all have got to be careful how you talk to yourself. You've got to be careful of what you say. I used to be that person. You do something, you go, Michelle, you are so stupid. I don't do that anymore. I say, now that might not have been a smart thing to do, but I am by far a stupid person. Okay, let's be clear about that. I am not a stupid person at all. Now, we may do stupid things, and we may do things that don't make sense to other people, but we are not stupid people. So stop calling yourself stupid. Stop calling yourself dumb. Stop calling yourself retarded, and anything else you call yourself. Stop doing it. What you did may be all those things, but you are not those things. He says the enemy wants you to do this because you make his job easier. He's using you against you to destroy you. Come on, somebody. That'll shout you right there. He's using you against you to destroy you, and you fall right into the trap that the enemy has set for you. Every time you talk negatively about yourself, that's exactly what you're doing. You're destroying yourself. Just a little bit of time, devil sits back and says, oh, guess what? I ain't got to worry about dealing with Gretchen over there because she's already tearing herself down. I don't need to tear her down. He says, every time you get a chance to go up, you talk yourself down. Every time you get a chance to have better, you say, I don't need all of that. It just, oh, no. He says, I just don't need all of that. It just doesn't require all of that. It just doesn't take all of that. What you are doing is cutting yourself. So again, when something good is coming your way and it's been handed to you on a silver platter, oh, it don't take all of that. I don't need all of that. No, you're cutting yourself. You just may not be leaving marks physically that we can see, but you're cutting yourself. And you're telling yourself you don't need all of that. You don't deserve all of that. It doesn't take all of that. And it really does. You deserve it. And then he says, run away from self-sabotage. Run away from self-destruction. Sorry, y'all, my eyes itching. Run away from the way you talk to yourself. Run away from the canceling out of your pain with more pain. I want you all to promise me that going forward, you are going to stop canceling out pain by creating more pain. I really do need you to promise me that you're going to do that. And it's a shame that we do it, but we do. The reality is that people do it all the time. So you're in a relationship, that man or that woman that you love more than life itself, they decided to kick you to the curb. And so you cancel out that pain with creating more pain. That's why you sit and you drink yourself silly, or you smoke yourself silly, or you get high, you overdose, whatever it is you do to treat that pain. Stop doing that. When those times come, I want you to pray. I want you to pray until you pray the ceiling down, that God will remove whatever that thing is that's causing you to self-sabotage. I want you to pray it away. Stop looking for something or someone else to try to take away that pain. Stop looking for ways to hurt yourself that you forget about the pain that somebody else caused. I want you to reach out for prayer. Call on God to help you get through that situation. And then he says, you had a bad man, so you go get a worse man. Let me put a pin right here. And I'm going to say this, y'all, let's be honest. People do it all the time, because I've seen it. You were in this bad relationship and it seems like you are not happy until you find one that's just as bad or worse, than the one that you had. And this is not just women, it's men as well. He says you had a wife beater, so you go get another wife beater. Again, so for some women, that is a trait that for whatever reason they just can't get past. You got this man that can't keep his hands to himself, and he can't keep those ugly words from coming out of his mouth and plastering themselves all over you. So when you get rid of that clown, you go get another one that does the same thing or worse. Why? Because you think that you don't deserve someone better. Somewhere along the line, somebody has told you that you don't deserve better, but I'm telling you that you do. You do deserve better. And guess what? If you can't find better, then daggone it, you need to be by yourself, because you sure as heck don't need anybody that's going to keep bringing you down. If the person you're with is not trying to bring you up and elevate you and help make you a better person, then you cut them off like a bad habit. You hear me? And if you can't do it, you come get me and I'll help you do it. But I digress. He says you don't feel worthy of good treatment. And then he says some people want a promotion, y'all, and this is going to floor you right here. Some people want a promotion without the process. And the reason they want this is because they have no self-esteem. Come on, somebody. So they need crowd esteem to feel good about themselves. And they think that if they get promoted high enough, then people will like them, and then maybe they'll like themselves. He says, you've got it backwards. You got to like yourself first. Y'all, when I tell you, I don't know who this video is for today. I really don't. But I need you to really listen up. And you need to stop being your own worst enemy. Some of you all have been your own worst enemy for so long that you don't know how to be anything else. And you might say, well, Michelle, no, I'm not. Yes, you are, because you settle for the absolute worst. Even when the best was presented to you, for some strange reason, you're not happy until you take the worst. You've got a man, two men trying to get your attention. You don't want the man that has a stable job and he has a home and he can provide you with so much love and trinkets and other things too, but he can provide you with the love that you deserve. But you'll take that man that treats you like crap. He has nothing and all he does is mooch off of you, and you're turning down the good man. Why? Because you don't think you deserve better. It's your self-esteem. You got that. You're fighting against your own self. And God says, hey, I'm blessing you with the best, but for some reason you keep taking the worst. Now, I'm not saying God's going to give up on us, but eventually he's going to say, look, I'm done. I'm going to sit back and watch you self-destruct, because eventually you're going to have enough. And then you're going to come back to me and say, all right, Lord, what must I do in order to have better? And then he's going to say, okay, so now you're ready to listen. Stop being your own worst enemy. Stop telling yourself that you don't deserve the best, because you did something to somebody. Okay, that was your past. What you did is not who you are. Maybe you were in a relationship and you cheated. Okay, you ask God to forgive you. Hopefully you ask that person to forgive you, but you ask God to forgive you and then you move on. You can't say, well, I don't deserve a good relationship because I cheated before. Guess what? Everybody's been cheated on at some point in time in life. And pretty much all of us have cheated on someone that we're with. I'm not saying that you physically got with somebody, but maybe you were talking to a guy or a woman that you shouldn't have been talking to because you have a man or a woman. All I'm saying is this: I need you to stop being your own worst enemy. So I want you to promise me that today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, and not next year, but today, you are going to stop being your own worst enemy. You are going to see your worth. You are going to see your value. You are going to see that you deserve the best of the best of the best. Stop putting yourself down. Stop settling for less, because you deserve better than that. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and can help you get out of that place where you feel like you don't deserve the best, because you do. I'm telling you, you do. And most of you, I don't even know, but I'm telling you that you do deserve the best. I want you to have the best, because I will have the best. I'm not settling for second best. I just refuse to, in any area of my life, because I know I deserve the best. I serve a good God. I serve a God that sits high and looks low. I serve a God that makes sure that when I wake up every day, all of us really, that our mercies and blessings are new daily. And what, because imagine this, and I'm going to let you be. Imagine this. Imagine if God said, well, you know what? Judy didn't do what my word says that she's supposed to be doing, so I'm not going to bless her. Carl didn't do what he should have been doing, so I'm not going to bless him. Aren't you glad that God doesn't give up on us? Aren't you glad that God gives us second chances? And truth be told, he gives us several chances. He gives us more than just a second chance. He gives us a lot of chances. Let's just keep it real, okay? But I am so thankful that he doesn't give up on us the way that we give up on us. Again, hopefully something I said helps you, resonates with you. Please feel free to share this video. If you know somebody that can benefit from what I just shared with you today, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell so that you don't miss anything, because I post, for those of you that are new, first of all, let me thank you for being here, and then let you know that I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come on back on Wednesday where I have another motivational video to share with you. But tap the bell, subscribe, tap the bell, because I don't want you to miss anything. And for those of you, this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Y'all, I love you all. I love you to the moon and back, and you know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it, because I love you. I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to encourage you to speak life into you, because I want nothing but the best for you. I just want you to want the best for you as well. Don't let me be the only one out there being your biggest cheerleader and you're not cheering for your own self, okay? Promise me that, you guys. You're going to stop being your own worst enemy. It is time to step up. It is time to grow up. And it is time to have, be, and do all that God has called you to have, be, and do. Okay? So that's it, you guys. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Whatever you do, do it responsibly. Do it safely. You know the drill. If you didn't go somewhere with somebody, don't you come home with them. And don't you go to their house either, because we need to be safe out here in these streets. I love you all, and we'll talk again on Wednesday.